information center. In the information center, there's a computer. You print in your friends or family member's name. It will print out where in the cemetery they are laid to rest. Each section is sectioned off alphabetically, and each gravesite is numerically, so very simple to find. These beautiful trees on our right are Chinese banyan trees. The roots come out of the ground. Now there's 34,000 headstones in the ground, but over 46,000 actual ground burials. Spouses can be laid to rest with their loved ones. They're stacked. Now, the first casualties from Pearl Harbor laid to rest here. They had temporary wooden crosses at the headstones. A couple of reasons why they did away with them. First reason, each soldier was of a different religious faith. So if you look at the headstone, the top center, there's a circle. Has a symbol of what religion that soldier believed in. Second reason why they did away with the wooden crosses, termites. Termites would eat at them, they'd always have to replace them. And last, same for you folks back home, they're going all flat headstones because maintenance is a lot easier, mowing the lawn. Up on the hill on our right, between 2004 and 2005, the government built 10,000 niches for cremations, and that's filling up. According to the American Legion that I talked to years ago, they said we're losing 1,000 veterans every day from the different wars. That was 10 years ago. We had 10 years to their lives. We're losing a lot more veterans now every single day. Right in front of us is the Honolulu Memorial. The walls on the left and right hand side of the staircase are the corpses of the missing. Any soldier missing in action, lost at sea, buried at sea, or the final resting place known only unto God. Anyone remember watching the original Hawaii Five-0? That's the statue at the top that they zoom in on in the beginning. That's Lady Columbia. She stands on the bow of an aircraft carrier. Laurel branch in her left hand, open palm right hand, showing she comes in peace. She bears no arms. Anyone remember watching Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
Remember the letter there was they were reading that was written from President Lincoln to Mrs. Bixby. Part of that caption is under Lady Columbia, and it reads, "The solemn pride that must be yours to have laid so costly a sacrifice upon the altar of freedom." And that's why they wanted Private Ryan home. Is the last son of Miss Ryan that would carry on the family name. So I don't know if anyone knows this. For us in the U.S., if you're the only son or the youngest son to your parents and go to war, they cannot draft your son. They cannot take him. He has to carry on the family name. Anyone ever heard of a senior U.S. Senator, Daniel Inouye? He's laid to rest with this little area right here in front of us. Japanese Americans that fought for the United States in Italy. They were sent to bring home the lost battalion from Texas. They're known as the 442, 442nd Regimental Combat Team, 100th Infantry Battalion. They actually came home and received the most medals, honors, and awards in any other unit in U.S. history till today. Anyone ever heard of Ernest Dillard Powell? Second headstone on our right, between the unknown soldiers. So Ernie Powell was a war correspondent. He got shot by a sniper on an island in Japan. His final wishes were to be laid to rest between unknown soldiers. One on his right, one on the left, one at the top of his headstone. Right on our right, right in the middle of with the flower lay, Lieutenant Colonel Ellison Onizuka. Anyone remember the Space Shuttle Challenger?
Yes.
He was an astronaut aboard the Space Shuttle, born and raised on the Big Island of Hawaii. So what is really nice here, the day before Memorial Day, the Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts here put in American flags at every headstone.
Yeah.
And a lei presented to the soldier, whatever leis they can get donated prior to that. This place also shuts down every April 25th for... Any Australia on board?
Anzac Day,
Yeah, we have ceremonies here every April 25th, half a day, Anzac Day. Australia and New Zealand Memorial Day, for you folks around there. This flag, when I came in with my first group, was half-mast. 99% of the time the flag is at half-mast. There's a ceremony performed here today. At the end of the day, they'll bring it down and send it to the top for the remainder of the day. The other 1% of the time, something happened in the world. So last week he was half-mast because of Barbara Bush. Prior to that, we lost a senator too. Daniel Kaka passed away a week before that.
Well, downtown Honolulu.
You can see diamonded off to our right-hand side. There's the city. Red and yellow bleachers is part of Roosevelt High School, Theodore Roosevelt. Building on our right, square in shape, white in color, solar panels on the rooftop, looks like a compound. So it was built to keep people in, that's middle school. That's when we thought we knew it all already. Actually, we had the Theodore Roosevelt aircraft carrier last week.
Yep.
And I had a party of three that the son is a pilot on the Roosevelt. So his dad and his godfather got to fly in, and they go back home with the sailors on board the ship back to San Diego. That must be really neat. On our left, forget-me-not, lavender colored flowers. A cactus on our left that looks like aloe vera, that's night blooming cereus cactus. Yeah, it must be neat riding that ship, aircraft carrier. Anyone on the bus like tangerines? And I'm going to drop you off in the driveway on our right. Wait till you can't see the bus. Let me get down the road a little bit. Run across the street, there's a tangerine tree. And nobody's home today. Cars are gone.
Oh. No, I'm not home. I want that Sunday again. I don't feel sick anymore.
We got another cemetery on our right. Notice all the headstones face one direction. Northwest of the Hawaiian Islands is China. That's a Chinese cemetery. Chinese, very spiritual people believe when their loved one passes away, the body has to be sent home so the spirits go back home. But imagine how much money that was costing them. So eventually they believe their bodies face home, their spirits go back home. So all the Chinese cemeteries, the headstones face one direction. I'm going to mention three streets here coming up. First one on the right hand side, San Antonio Avenue. Ahead of us is a church, Holy Ghost Church. Next to Holy Ghost Church is Concordia Street, right where that camera just turned down. And on the left is Azores. So these are names of islands in Portugal. This was a large Portuguese community. Amongst all those tall buildings is Chinatown, large Chinese community. So when we had plantations in Hawaii, each plantation owner had a section of land they called a plantation village. A part of their property that